Welcome into another edition of The Session with Londa and David. My name is David Austin.
I'm Londa Sherwood Austin, and welcome back.
I love our outfits today. We're both wearing our blue sport coats.
Yeah.
And this morning we were both wearing our rose gold and blue fossil watches.
But I need to take mine back to the jeweler. They took one too many links out of it, so no matchy match for us today.
You like it to be a little banglier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bracelet. It's a bracelet watch, yeah.
I love our watches, by the way. They were a gift from one of the children.
Shout out to Danielle.
The official greatest gift giver in the family.
Well,
she's really good.
She's
and
the
her
gift
siblings,
giver that keeps on giving.
And her siblings are all vying for that spot. So keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep up the good work, kids.
Good luck to you kids. Danielle's in first place right now. She won Christmas.
Yes.
The Session with Londa and David is a business program, and we like to help you get through your business life with a smile on your face. I think that's kind of what we do here on the program.
I like to help people make more money, but okay.
Well, yes, but happiness and wealth go hand in hand.
Well, they can.
Yeah.
Here's what I can tell you. If you're miserable when you don't have money, you're going to be miserable when you do have money.
Well, I don't know that that's necessarily true, but the balance, the life balance is find a way to do what you love, and you never have to work again a day in your life. And I
take issue with that.
I love to spend 100% of my time with you, and I found a way to do that.
I got to shut this heater off.
You're burning up like blazing lava laser.
You know what, though? I didn't shut it off. I just kicked it over because it's one of those, it has the safety feature. So if it gets off balance, it shuts off. So I just kicked it over instead of shutting it off.
Perfect. I think that's going to play really well with the fire marshal.
I'm dealing with my rage.
I don't think there's any chance that this is going to burn the place down. No chance at all.
I don't know anything about that.
If you smell something funny, it's not at all that heater.
Hey, David, congratulations.
Congratulations on what?
Since we last saw you, you had another grandchild.
I sure did, and so did you.
Hey!
Woohoo!
We
Collins
did.
J.
We will tell you all about it in just a moment.
The Session with Londa and David is brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Austin Homes.
It's us. We're your friends.
With interest rates coming back down and talk of inflation being a part of every major newscast in the nation, the real estate market is again heating up. It is, Londa.
Let's go.
Don't wait till April to take advantage of the momentum building in the market. Mm-hmm. Sherwood Austin Homes can help you buy and sell real estate for yourself, the people you care about, and even your business. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth or how much buying power you actually have, or whether or not it makes sense to relocate your business, Sherwood Austin Homes would like to be your first choice. Here's what you need to remember. SherwoodAustinHomes.com.
That's it.
That's it. SherwoodAustinHomes.com is where you can go to find out if a move in 2024 makes sense with Sherwood Austin Homes, powered by Realty One Group Ignite.
Very nice. Thank you. If you want one of our phone numbers, SherwoodAustinHomes.com.
Sure.
You want to email us? You don't know what our email is? SherwoodAustinHomes.com.
That's right.
You want to know what your value range on your current home is? SherwoodAustinHomes.com.
Yeah.
And we don't make you register because that's dumb.
That's correct.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Making people register.
I don't either. It's stupid.
SherwoodAustinHomes.com. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Okay. So on... what day of the week was it? Wednesday? Thursday? I don't remember.
Thursday of last week.
The 25th?
Mm-hmm.
That was Thursday, the 25th?
It was.
Thursday, the 25th of January. I wake up in the morning. I look at my phone. There's a text message. Hey, contractions woke me up at 2:30 this morning.
Well, I appreciate that the message came at a reasonable time.
What? They're now about 8 minutes apart. We'll see how the day goes. I'll keep you posted.
Right.
Not a first-time mom.
Right.
Right? So about an hour later, I said, how are we feeling? What are we doing? Of course, I'm talking about our daughter, Danielle. And she said, I forget what she said. Like they're 6 or 7 minutes apart, but the kids are up now. So now it's just a normal day.
And that is what she said.
That is what she texted.
Now it's just a normal day.
I have receipts,
Right.
as the kids say. I said, I said to you, I think I better like jump in the shower. I think this might be baby day.
Right.
Even though she was being very nonchalant about it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
Sure.
So, you're a little distracted. No. By 9:00, she's like, we're on our way to the hospital. I'll let you know when we have a room number. So I have to tell you, it is being there when she had her baby, when my first daughter had her first daughter.
Right.
Was one of the top moments of my life.
That's awesome.
Hands down.
I loved getting the check-ins from you every hour or so. It was so sweet.
So I got to the hospital about 9:30 in the morning.
Right.
They got into the room about 9:30ish. Baby was born just before noon.
Right.
Mom and baby are doing great. Danielle is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
She is a beast, a warrior. That kid, it was like, this is what I've been saying, because it's the only thing I can think of to compare it to. It was like watching some kind of elite athlete at the top of their game in the performance of a lifetime.
Sure.
I mean, just incredible. So what a dream to be part of that and see that happen. And beautiful little bundle of joy, 7-pound, 5-ounce, teeny little thing, Collins J.
What a perfect little person, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, I don't usually look at babies and think, man, they're beautiful. Mm-hmm. I do with this one.
She's a little beauty bus.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was our big week.
Sometimes you look at a baby and you think, ooh, put that kid back in. Give it a few more weeks.
I don't think it's done. So all of that to say that we did a lot this last week, but that kind of took over our lives. Beginning Wednesday, especially for me, David said to me, "What's my job today?" As I was getting ready to go to the hospisptal, and I said, "Go to work."
That's right.
Work. Go to work. That's your job.
And
I'll
that's
let
what
you
I
know.
did. I went to work.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
sent a pre-approval letter.
Yeah.
Went door knocking for a open house we did on Sunday.
Right. Yep.
Met a lovely couple who had their house on the market for 6 months and had 2 showings. So got invited into that house and had a good conversation about business.
Yep.
We are since putting together a CMA for them to show them, what they could have done right or what they could have done wrong.
Right.
I don't think we like to focus on what people are doing wrong. We like to focus on their strengths and lean into.
Well, we go, okay, that was an unfortunate situation that you had. How can we move forward? That's the whole key, right?
That's exactly
Sorry that
right.
happened to you. How can we move you forward?
Right.
So, I mean, that's the thing. And we're, I'm always careful to not point the finger at any one thing.
And
who knows? We weren't there. We don't know for sure.
The interest rates were over a point higher, almost 2 points higher. So there were a lot of factors at play there.
Yes.
But if you have a house to sell and nobody looks at it,
it's overpriced.
Okay.
Because if you're watching this YouTube video, you might notice there's been a change in our lighting in just the last minute. The sun has come out.
The sun will come out on Monday. I don't know. Wow. I don't know what I'm singing.
So I'm just excited. Take note. I have one client and she's a friend and a client that I consistently text when the sun comes out, and also because we both struggle with the gray over the winter.
Sure.
And I'll text her and say, the sun is out. Get outside right now. I actually got her a one of those I don't know what they're called. It's a lamp that you put in front of your face in the winter to help with seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what
seasonal
it's called.
affective disorder.
Antidepressant lamp.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's probably not how they market it.
It's like a white light lamp.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. But I will tell you this. Okay. Enough chit chat, David.
Okay.
Let's get down to business.
Okay. We often say on the program, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We often say here on the program,
I'm just kidding.
if you have something you want us to talk about, you can email david@sherwoodaustin.com or londa@sherwoodaustin.com. Often we receive phone calls.
Or text. Don't call me. Text.
You can call me because I like people.
I like people too.
Right.
Texting.
I
like people
really
to text.
enjoy talking to and seeing people. So one of my great buddies who I met years ago, who's a business owner, called me on our way to do this broadcast.
Interestingly enough, yes.
And I said, okay, what do you want us to talk about on the show? And he said to me, well, here's a topic that I think would be really interesting, and I'd really like to hear you guys discuss it because,
here
of
we go.
course, I like and follow the program.
Right.
So for this friend and
listener
and fan and
business owner.
Here we go. The question was, Londa,
how do you incentivize employees? Now, this specific situation is for incentivizing them to sell a particular product.
Right.
Okay. So, but it doesn't matter. How do you incentivize employees as a whole is what we're going to talk about.
That's exactly right.
Because once you figure out how to incentivize them, it's a plug and play.
Right.
Incentivize them to do what? You just plug that in.
Right.
Okay. So the short answer is it depends.
And it really does depend because people are motivated by vastly different things.
What motivates.
Right.
End of story. So here we go. Here's some suggestions that I would make.
Okay.
1, poll your employees and ask them if you could have any kind of, incentive program from us, what would it look like for you?
Oh, I like that. That's a great question.
You can do a Survey Monkey where they can answer anonymously.
That's
it's easy,
perfect.
right? So they don't even have to put their name on it.
Right.
If you want to make it easier for them, you can give them options on that.
Sure.
So things that you as the business owner already know you're willing to give or do.
Yes.
Put those on there. It's kind of like letting your kid decide their outfit, but you give them 2 choices and you win either way.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So do you want to wear this shirt or this shirt? You don't care which one it is, and you need them to wear one of these.
Sure.
So whatever they pick, you win. That kind of idea.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's one thing, is asking them, what do they want from you?
Okay.
The other thing is you have to think about the kind of, we're going to speak in generalities here, okay?
Sure.
The 4 basic personality types.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And let's use the DISC as an example for personalities, because it's the one I'm most familiar with, most comfortable with, and have trained on for 18 years.
Perfect.
So you've got your DISC personality types. If you don't know what the DISC personality profile is, Google is free.
And we have a program that's called The Science of Sales that you can go look on our roster of episodes and hear 2.5 hours of conversation about that over 2 episodes.
Very briefly, I will tell you that generally speaking, a D personality type is going to be motivated by money. An I personality type is motivated by fun, experiences.
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Yep.
An S personality type is motivated by helping, contributing to the whole, right?
Sure.
And a C personality type, I don't care how you slice it, they're only generally motivated by facts and figures. Okay?
Not by recognition. Is there anyone who's motivated by recognition?
The I is motivated by recognition. A D can also be motivated by recognition.
Okay.
And so they can also be motivated by the thing they fear the most.
Right.
Okay, so for a D, generally speaking, again, a D's greatest fear is loss of control. An I's greatest fear is rejection. An S's greatest fear is confrontation. And a C's greatest fear is being wrong.
I gotcha.
So, so if you think about this particular question came from someone whose employees work in the service industry.
Sure.
They're face to face, belly to belly, as we used to call it.
Like I like it.
With people.
Right.
And so you tend to find a lot of I personality types, I's and S's in the service industry anyway, because they naturally gravitate toward that. So recognition, helping, being part of the team, those are things to think about when you're thinking about how to incentivize.
Sure.
Money. Oftentimes employers, just think about incentivizing through money.
Right.
And
I would say most employers think that way.
Right. Yeah. A sales contest is what I would do. I would do a contest.
And for D personalities, a sales contest is awesome.
The prize is what matters on
Right.
the sales contest.
That's right.
So maybe you do the sales contest and it goes for a period of time. I would do it no longer than 30 days.
Okay.
I might give a smaller prize out once a week leading up to the end of the 30 days.
Sure.
And you can do this on repeat for 90, 180 days, whatever, right? But you have to keep people engaged in it. So you have to keep it in front of them constantly. So, I mean, we never really have evolved past kindergarten. You need a chart on the wall with cute little things.
Yes.
To you know what I mean?
Yes.
To with their names, and then you've got, they're collecting hearts because you're doing it from now till Valentine's Day.
Oh,
and
I like
whoever's got
that.
the most hearts, right?
Yes.
And so, and then you can do a choose your own adventure prize.
Okay.
So that you give 4 options of prizes based on the personality types.
One might be cash.
One's cash.
One might be a weekend away.
Okay, we're aiming for the sky. It can be anything. It can be
Absolutely.
small or large, but each increment of time, whether it's a week, a month, 90 days, however often you're giving a prize away,
Right.
whether the prize is small or large, you need to consider all the personality types.
Sure.
Because for me, being able to win, I'm trying to think of prizes I recently saw at things. A Bluetooth speaker.
Okay. No
Not
interest.
motivating at all.
Although I would like a Bluetooth speaker.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I would love a weekend away, like say maybe a weekend in a bed and breakfast or what am I trying to say? An Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like Brian Luenda's new Airbnb at the
Okay.
top of Red Mountain.
Right.
Maybe a
The
weekend
summit.
there.
Yeah. And for me, a weekend away creates more work and stress for me. So please don't give that to me.
Right.
I want cash. That's the bottom line. I want cash. If there's a prize, I want cash. I want the cash prize. That's what I want. Or a gift card because I can use that to re-gift to someone else.
Sure.
Like I'm just super practical that way. So you have to think about things like that. And you want recognition to be a big part of what you do because 3 of the 4 personality types do either enjoy or at least appreciate some kind of recognition.
Sure. Yeah.
And
I like that.
There's a basic outline
One
for incentivizing.
Right. One thing I know this business owner is thinking about is some kind of like partnership incentive. Like if you do this, maybe you'll get a percentage of the total. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A lot of people are motivated that way.
That tells me more about his personality than his employees' personality.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the reason this question was asked is because this business owner knows what he likes.
Right.
And is smarter and more emotionally aware.
Right.
To think, well, let me put this out for some extra thought.
So this is where the polling your employees comes in.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And sometimes you can't even ask them what they would want. Ask them what they think a great giveaway would be.
Oh, I like that.
So if we did, ask them, this will trick them into telling you what they like. if we did a referral contest for our customers,
Right.
and we were to give away a prize at the end of 90 days to the person who referred the most additional members to us to join our club or membership,
Yep.
what kind of prize should we give them?
I like that.
The employees will tell you the thing they would like to have.
That's smart. Here's another reason why that's smart. Little David Austin is motivated by a sense of ownership. So if you ask me my thoughts, now I'm going to take ownership of this prize and this contest and make it the greatest thing ever.
Right.
And I'm going to feel like I'm one of the owners of the business.
Right. And here's the other thing that I just even accidentally did. Why not incentivize your current membership to bring you more members?
I like that. DirecTV does it. Spectrum does it really well.
Yeah.
If you refer somebody into Spectrum, you might get a month free. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you get 3 buddies to sign up for YouTube TV, now you have free YouTube TV for the next 6 months. Genius. I like that.
So there you go. That's some of the ways. Those are some of the ways that I would incentivize employees.
I think that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not just a hat rack.
It's a really pretty head. Your head is nice.
Thanks. Thank you. I used to be super motivated by sales contests.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you know, I'm not anymore, but man, I'll tell you what, I'd come into an organization and I'd look at the leaderboard and I'd say, who's that guy? And who's this David Austin? That's, number one in the company.
Selling leather trench coats.
I'd say you better put him on notice.
Oh, I like that.
You know, I mean, I was I could tell you absolutely I was going to come into a company and be number one in a very short turnaround time.
I like that.
That's just what I did. Now, I don't have that same drive in me anymore because I don't have the need for recognition as much as I used to. I don't feel the need to prove a point as much as I used to. You know what I mean? I don't have
I do, but I want to hear more about that. I want to know what changed in you to make you not feel like you need to prove a point or make you have less need for recognition.
Internal self-confidence as opposed to external confidence.
Okay.
I don't need to be number one to know that I'm good.
I gotcha.
I just know that I'm good.
And how'd you get to that place?
I think it was a lot of... That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. I think going through a lot of adversity in my life, and going through a period of time where I had to stand on my own 2 feet for a long time.
Okay.
And going through, I don't know. I think self-discovery has been a big part of it, where I still have that in me, of course, but it's just not driving the car anymore.
Would you say that your self-worth is a little better?
Yeah, I don't feel the need to prove a point to people anymore. And I think some of that is... therapy and self-discovery, and some of it is just looking back at my life. I can see that, I know that I can do anything. I can be number one of anything I want to be. I have been. Okay. And it's kind of like when you run a marathon and you never run another one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I did that. I
gotcha.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I've never run a marathon, but I ran a couple 5Ks and decided, okay, I'm good. I did that. I think it's just that same kind of thing. Like, it's just having developed a lot of internal being okay with me. Yeah. Way more than I was before. And I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling, but I just don't feel the need to prove myself to anyone anymore.
Well, that's exciting.
And I used to feel the need to prove myself all the time.
Right.
And I think maybe it had to do with like
Were
Brene Brown calls it hustling for your worthiness.
you trying to prove it to yourself? And you knew
Sure.
if you were the top in this organization, then you'd be there.
Nobody
then
can
it would be.
argue with number one.
Yeah.
You have validation.
Yeah.
If you're number one, if your name's at the top of that leaderboard, you get validation and recognition and admiration and respect. And I think when I started having internal validation and admiration and recognition and respect internally for myself.
When you could see it coming from you, when you could see it and
when I
recognize
could see it, I didn't need it from external sources anymore. And, there's a joke that among like lady groups, girl, you healed yourself so much that it's just you and your dog now. And the idea behind that is like, you're so healed that
You don't need anybody else.
You don't need anybody
else.
else around you. You're totally content just to be.
Sure.
And I think I do feel a lot of that. Obviously, the last 4 years being married to you, I often say has been like being in therapy. You shower me with love and positivity constantly.
Sure.
And that has definitely changed the way that I view myself.
Okay.
And I can see that even in our kids. My kids that I brought to this marriage look at themselves a little bit differently because of your influence in their lives.
That's interesting to say. Huh.
Yeah. Well, you know that. I mean, you know that, our kiddo that got the confidence to make some big leaps in life after we were married and after she had consistent encouragement and input from you. And you just have that effect on people where you just encourage them to be. You allow every person you know to be who they are without any expectation, without any, I don't even know how to describe it. Like just, I don't know. There's zero expectation in you for people to act or be a certain way.
Right.
They just are, and you let them. Yeah.
Well, it's true, right? And for me, it's super easy because to me, every other person is more interesting than me by myself. So when I'm in front of someone, I treat them like they're the most important thing in the world because they are to me.
Right.
And when you do that with someone enough, they believe it.
Right. Now, I'll tell you the flip side of that is I will walk away faster today than ever before.
Walk away
and here's
from what?
I mean.
Tell me what you mean. Yeah.
Here's what I mean by that. If I'm in a if I'm having a conversation and somebody comes into the conversation and their energy is all kinds of crazy, dramatic, extreme energy, I will just close my mouth, turn around, and walk away. I will not say a word.
Yeah, I'll do that
kind
if
of thing.
Someone's being unkind. I don't care for that behavior.
I protect my energy at all costs.
Yeah.
I protect my peace. I protect my energy at all costs. And I will, I will just exit the room, exit a conversation, exit an event. I mean, I don't feel obligated or beholden to very many people at all,
Okay.
And it's nice after kind of pandering to people my whole life.
Oh, that's an interesting word, pandering to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up learning to perform for love.
Yeah.
That was the exchange. I perform, I act right, I do right, and in exchange I get love.
I gotcha.
You didn't grow up like that?
No. I never felt unsafe or unloved or unwanted. What I did feel like, though, because I moved 36 times
I never felt safe or loved or wanted.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. I moved 36 times before my 18th birthday, and that does involve moves within a community.
Sure.
From home to home.
Yeah.
But what I learned early is if you want people to like you, you have to like them. And if you like somebody, it's hard for them to not like you too.
And what I learned is if you want people to like you, be what they like.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And today, I just don't feel the need to do that at all. So sometimes I'm very boring.
You're never boring.
No. But listen, I used to be much more, in a social situation, much more engaged and much more kind of putting on a show.
Right.
And now I'm much quieter. If I don't really have something interesting or important to say, I'm not talking. I don't just fill the space.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm ever with you and I'm talking a lot, there's a couple of things that are going on. Either I'm super, super nervous because I do talk a lot when I get nervous.
Sure.
Or I really, really like you and I'm excited and I feel super comfortable with you.
Sure.
So there's those couple things that's going on. But generally, I'm just a much quieter, much more laid back person than I've ever been.
That's interesting.
Boring.
And if you're in a room with me and I'm talking and I'm excited and I'm being loud, it's because of only one thing. Yeah. I'm super, super excited to see you. And let's do this. Let's learn everything together with one another.
That's who you are.
That's who I am all the time. Mm-hmm. I like that. This has been an interesting episode.
Okay.
So we talked about having a new granddaughter. Very excited about that. Beautiful, perfect little girl, Collins J. Mm-hmm. We talked about a listener and viewer question. How do we incentivize employees? And then we talked about you. And I think it was very interesting, the stuff we learned.
Well, I hope sometimes people listen to that. So we try to be really open and vulnerable here because you might think that there might be a me too in there for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And sometimes you say things when we're having these conversations that I did not know. And I think that's really cool.
Surprise, surprise.
I love getting to know you.
Oh, getting to know you.
This has been The Session with Londa and David. For Londa, Joanne Sherwood Austin, the prettiest girl in the world, my name's David Austin. We'll see you again next week.